My name's Thurman, and these entries will be referred to as blatantly honest. And in these entries, I will speak about certain views I have on certain topics. These will not be professionally done, thus, the editing and such will not be of a high quality. Maybe eventually, but for now, it will be just me speaking to the camera. You may notice this is an odd setup. It's because I'm using my phone. That's my limited capabilities as far as technology goes at the moment. All that being said, I will try to come in and state my view, which will be based on fact, that fact usually being founded in personal experience. Does not mean that you have a right to oppose my view and such. What I would ask is that you respect the fact that I am entitled to my own view just as much as you are. So, that being said, let me start. Many times when people start posting, I think they're putting themselves out in the public eye, even if it's just a few people that ever follow them or watch their postings. That being said, I don't want anything to come back to haunt me, so I'm just going to lay it out there straight. Blatantly honest. That's what we're going to do, okay? I am an addict by nature. I have struggled with alcohol addiction, tobacco addiction, porn addiction, and to be perfectly honest, I do not manage money well, and that in part because of other addictions along the lines of collecting in this way that, as always, a form of self medication, as well as the fact that I'm super morbidly obese, and so obviously I use money there at times to try to comfort myself with food. There's many of more flaws that I could sit down and express to you. I will say this: by nature, I tend to be a little bit of what people call a but has also been stated. And in spite of that characteristic of my personality, I also can be quite kind, loving, and have a giving heart. There it is. We got that out of the way. What I wanted to speak to you about today was about life and death. My father used to state, or actually stated to me at one point in my life when I was about 19 years old, and that statement I have restated over and over again and tried to live my life according to the principle that he made clear. But I was speaking to him about life and death one day, and he told me, son, when it comes to death, you have two choices in life. You can live with it, or you can choose to live past it. I choose to live past it. That really, truly, it truly hit me, rocked me to the core on some level. But it took me a while to really start laying that as the foundation of how I live life. What I have come to the conclusion over the last couple of years and the last several months really has solidified it on my father's passing, which was 6 months ago today, that life is for the living. You know, everything that goes on in life is not about those who have passed. It's about those who are living. Even the ceremonies that we hold in honor of those who passed, those who passed get no real benefit for those from those. They're gone. That's done for the living. I'm not just talking about funerals. I mean, if you want to, for instance, honor someone for their achievements in life, please do so while they're living. Otherwise, what benefit do they get out of it? None. When you honor someone for achievements in life in a manner that's posthumous, then the only people that are benefiting from it are the loved ones. It's giving them a sense of closure, a sense that someone has acknowledged the person they respected and looked up to. Celebration in life is real simple. Not only how we live ours, but if we want to celebrate the life of one who has gone on, we don't need ceremonies where we honor them. Don't get me wrong, that's all well and good, but like I said, that should be done while they're living. At that point, we're past the ceremony where we honor or acknowledge your accomplishments. If you want to celebrate one's life at that point, you do it based on how you live yours. Living that life, being guided by their teachings, their beliefs that you've adopted for yourself, not because you're just following them blindly like an automaton droid, but because you have studied, explored, and discovered by testing those philosophies that what they taught you was true and is how one should live their life. That's how you honor a life after one has passed, not by giving them awards that they will not be privy to enjoy or to partake in the ceremonies. You know, it was said, and let me see if I can find exactly who said it, and I should have had that ready, but that's the nature of this post. Sometimes it will be kind of messy, and that it will reflect the fact that it wasn't the best prepared at times. And I'm okay with that at the moment. We'll work on that. But we have to understand, and that's what my dad was trying to convey to me all my life, that life was for the living and that you can't dwell in death or focus on the fact that you've lost, but rather you should focus on what was given to you by that individual, what you not only obtain, but you continue to retain and can maintain if you so choose. Now, that being said, let's see, like I said, if I can find it. This, basically the quote is this. I wanted to credit it to the right individual. And of course, my clumsiness is hindering me finding this in a more, I should say, it's Robert Frost. I remember now. I saw the words come up, Robert Frost, and I knew. All right, here it was. Robert Frost basically stated, "What I've learned about life can be summed up in 3 words. Life goes on." There it is. My dad taught me that life was for the living. If I want to celebrate my dad's life, it's not going to be a bunch of award ceremonies where he's honored for what he did. That's all well and great. His accomplishments in his profession were astounding. But those that really knew him knew that was just surface. because his teachings were so much deeper than his field in which he was able to teach from. Life goes on. He taught me that the key to understanding that is that we live our lives in service of others. And if we don't live our life in that fashion, then you're truly not living. You're existing. Like I said, this is blatantly honest. But to be in honor of my dad today, let's put it this way. If you're living your life for yourself and not living in service of others, to put it bluntly, folks, used to do that. To put it bluntly, folks, you're not living your life at all. You're merely existing. This has been Thurman. This has been Blatantly Honest. Hopefully you'll tune in again.